Hey everybody. As promised, we're back from last night. Had a lot of cool friends that show up, and for some reason, we're still doing this, maintaining my dominance phase. Storm is determined to challenge him, and Missy's stopping him, of course, which is the right thing because she has ever since yesterday, she has been on a terror. Like she is all about like I'm still alpha amongst the two of us. I mean, again, real alpha is here. This is real alpha. Come here, Missy. Tell everybody who's the real alpha is. You're the real alpha, yeah. But between these two, Stormer's really Jenkins. You're here, man. What's going on? Between these two, she has been really at it. It's kind of somewhat concerning me, actually. He's not backing down at all. You know, for those who have been following the channel, you know that I had him fixed a couple of weeks ago, and the goal was to try to reduce some of the testosterone load that he was experiencing, and so sometimes those testosterone urges cause him to be more territorial and stuff. What's up? How are your days? So far, so good, man. Today was not been a bad day. Still hot. You know, like it's probably hot where you are too, in the DFW area, but we doing okay. So, but like I was saying, we had him neutered a couple weeks ago in hopes that would kind of calm down some of his urges to be more aggressive, urges to be more dominant. But I think it helped in some ways, but in other ways, it feels like he's just kind of just still being himself, and I think he still wants to have a higher status in the pack. Trin, how you doing? So and I was hoping that homegirl over here kind of would acquiesce and kind of adjust to maybe being second to him. But your day is good, awesome, good, Trin. But it seems to me like she's kind of not ready to let that go. She's like, I am in it for the long haul. So I got to keep an eye on these two, y'all. So Trin, mine's going great. Just out here, it's last time I streamed yesterday, last night, and it was like 6 or 7 in the evening, and it was just so hot, y'all. And you can tell right now the sun's pretty much gone down. It's 8 o'clock, but yeah, so I'm much better now. The dogs are much better too. They're not as hot. You know, he's still panting because they just finished playing hard. Tito Diesel, what a beauty. Thanks, Tito. Trin, you deserve to have a lot of subs. I appreciate you, Trin. We do our best. We really do. With the time that we have, we do our best. I think Missy's a wonderful dog. I think Rain, our Connie Corso, is a great dog. And of course, Stormy over there, they're all kind of in their separate corner, like they're in timeout. But they're good dogs, you know. The key to having the good dogs is obviously the amount of time you spend with them and training them to be the way you want them to be. So that's the real. Spidey said that's the real big dog. The Chihuahua. Yeah, no, she's not a Chihuahua, but she's small like one. You know what? I think she's probably a hair bigger than a Chihuahua. You know, she's we don't really know exactly, but we think that she's mixed with either a Beagle and a Pekingese or a Puggle or a Pug with that short snout there. But has been a wonderful dog to have. She's our oldest one. We call her the OG or Missy, Misdemeanor Missy, and he's the young kid on the block. He's the new one. Thank you, Trin, for subbing. I appreciate you. Spidey says she owns the streets. That's right. She owns the streets. Missy Elliott owns the streets. uh, Tito Diesel said they look so happy. That's the key. Yep. They they love to exercise. They need to exercise. These dogs were bred to work. So when they're not doing anything to you exercise, stretch those muscles, and flex and all this stuff, they really aren't happy. So this land that we bought is great for them to run around in big circles, and I oftentimes play tug with them, give them that resistance that they need, and sometime I'll put him a weighted vest on him when we go for a walk, give him that sense that he's really doing a job, and I think that creates happiness. This old girl, she's happy to be loved and get some food. That's all she wants. She wants some of that food. Spidey said, look like Bruce from Nemo. Hey, isn't Bruce the shark, the big shark? Your dogs are so funny. Thanks, Trent Trent. Are you talking about tonight, or have you seen some of their other stuff, their short videos? Yeah, so Storm is, like I said, y'all, she is kind of really holding on to that idea that she's next in line. You know, Missy first, her second, and then Rain third. Now, one thing I can do is I can facilitate the order of hierarchy that I want them to be in by reinforcing that based on like who gets the order which I feed them, the order which they walk through doors. You know, I can reinforce, but I'm a little bit not sure who I really want to be second in command. I'm not sure if I want her or him. And I'm gonna tell you why. Missy will always be first. She's the small dog. She has to have that layer of protection, because if they don't see her as the alpha, they will step on her or they will disrespect her. So she has to be alpha in the house. And plus, she's earned it. Y'all, she's been a solid dog for us for 12 years. She got the top spot. You know what I'm saying? So, but the real question is who's next? Is it Storm or is it Rain? So let me tell you what I'm thinking. Number one is she's older, and she has great recall. She is my sidekick, and she listens. If I all of a sudden raise my voice and lower my tone, she's attentive. She's gonna be like, oh my God, what did I do? She's really gonna be like paying attention to me and trying to figure out how she can make it right. Spidey says, oh my God, the righty butt. Yes, did I tell you? We talked about that yesterday. Trent, thank you for saying that you love the stream. I appreciate you. But okay, so let me finish with her. But the only thing with her though is that she still has a lot of reactivity in her. And so when it comes to like new people, she's not really welcoming, which, depending on what you want, depending on how you want your dog, you may not want your dog to be all that welcoming to strangers, but she's still kind of more reactive, like when people are coming into the house that we are accepting as guests. So there's some drawbacks with having her as the second in command. Appraise, what's going on? I swear every time I'm not busy, I see a stream from my point of view. It's like you're streaming 24/7. Appraise, I've been gone for a minute, man, and so I'm trying to play catch up here. So I got sick a couple weeks ago, and then life hit me, and things got busy, so I couldn't come out and film. And because I like try to build up a community. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to have some friends that enjoy the dogs, and so regular posts actually helps the algorithm and helps reach the people that are interested in these type of dogs. So that's why I'm trying to get back into it, appraised. But you're right, it does. I bet it does feel like I'm posting every day. Trenchers is no problem. Spidey, my dog is barking in her sleep right now. Trentrin, I'm watching your video every single day now. Oh, thanks, Trentrin. You're awesome, Spidey. What is happening? Well, I think my wife may have kind of pulled up in the driveway a minute ago, so they went to the side to go look at her. Jenkins says Rain's trying so hard to be second in command. Yeah, man. So here's the positive, maybe with him being second in command. He's a little bit more accepting of people whenever I want them to I can take him to Lowe's on a leash and he's perfect. This guy, he loves to meet people. He'll let them pet him. He's pretty solid with his temperament. But here's the drawbacks. The drawbacks is his recall is still needing some work. So I don't like that I can't get him to come right on the dime when I need him to. Number two is he still is not great with his dominant stuff going on, and even with him being fixed, I had to put him on those belly bands or those diapers because he was still marking in the house. You know, there's still some. I don't trust him like I trust my Rottweiler and my little one. You know, these two, her and Storm, I could literally leave them in the house by themselves with food and water for probably 2 days, and I can come back to my house and they won't be destroyed. You know, as long as I have access to outside to go pee or whatever, you know, they'll be fine. Him, on the other hand, I don't trust him to that level yet. He just doesn't, you know, he's still kind of got that young in him, and he's still kind of, you know, I don't know how to describe it. You know, in that incident that we had with our family member, with him kind of snapping and biting a family member because he was territorial of the couch, I don't like that. So there's some positives and negatives. If I can get him um, in the position that I want him to be in terms of behavior, then maybe I would reinforce the idea that he's second in command and her and she's third. And so, and it's subtle things, guys. I was talking about this on my last stream. You got to know their language. Let me catch up with the comments real quick. Appraise. What do you think are some college must have? I should have get whatever. Oh, appraise. You're still thinking about trying to get ready for college. You think about must haves in terms of your dog. Let me get to that in just a second. You're making my day so much better. Thank you, Trin Trin. You're awesome. Spidey, drink a lot of water. I'm glad you're feeling better. Thank you. I appreciate you, Spidey. Yeah, man. I think that little COVID was kind of hitting around. I don't know if I had COVID or not. I was kind of a little too chicken to 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 get tested, but I did. You know, I wore a mask at work and stuff like that. But thank you so much, Spidey. And then I am a little bit behind the comments. Mirror Dad said, nice dogs. Thank you very much. Jenkins said, one chill dog. Missy, second. Rain, third. Storm. So, yeah, I mean, that or is Storm second? I don't know. Spidey, he's young. Yeah, he is a year and a half. Boys need a minute. Yeah, I agree, Spidey. So maybe I'll give him more time, but if he turns out to be kind of the level headed dog that I want him to be, then I will reinforce him as second to Missy, of course. Trin Trin says, I'm going to sleep. Okay, thank you for, you got school tomorrow, Trin? Hey, Trin Trin, thanks for coming in. Thank you for your sub. You're awesome. I appreciate you so much. And Jenkins told her, bye. Bye, bye, bye. Have a nice day. Good night. Good night, Trin. Spidey, bro, COVID is coming back, and I'm a nurse. A lot of my patients got it. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's made a little bit of a comeback. But you know what, Spidey, I don't think that we're going to ever really get rid of it. I think it's going to be just something that we have to deal with. Good night, Trin. I think it's just something we have to do. Did you know that animals can get COVID supposedly? Now haven't seen my. Thank goodness my dogs never got it. At least I don't think they did. But they were saying that you know your pets could get it. So again, I don't know if anyone has any information on that. You know, if their dog or anything got COVID, especially when it was kind of you know first came out and it was going around. But let me know if anyone has any experience with that. But if he ends up being second in command and he can get his act together, you know, I think I will reinforce that. How will I reinforce that? Number one, I will feed him after Missy, so Missy gets fed first, you know, and she kind of expect. Sometimes I switch it up because Missy kind of takes her role a little bit too seriously, so she will be riding their tail. She'll be like barking when I go get the food, and she's rah, rah, rah. So sometimes I actually make her wait. I know you're alpha, but the thing about it is I need you to chill. You know what I'm saying? You got the top. You got all the food. You got all the food. Where's Duck at? Duck will be. She should be in here talking about Missy and her food. Somebody says, lucky they're vaxxed. I heard that too when I had my dog when was all in my. Oh yeah. So Steve, you heard that too, Spidey. Stacy Snyder, how are you? How are you doing? Missy, you doing too much. Exactly, Spidey. She be doing the most. You know, and again, some of it I'm not too upset about it because that's her way of maintaining her. Because for her, she's so much smaller that it's easy for them to trample over her. So for her to like, you know, have a hissy fit about everything, it's really kind of a reminder of, hey, look, I'm here and don't step on me. And they know that, they respect her, and they watch out for her. So for her, it's almost a necessary thing for her to be like that. Somebody says, oh, laughing my myself, Missy, you're doing too much. Jenkins, Missy, you need to not be alpha for a day. I don't think so, Jenkins. I don't think she's gonna let it go. That dog is like she just won't. She just won't let it. She won't let it go. She gonna be on the top spot. Pamela Muley, love your dogs. Thank you so much, Pamela. They're kind of chill right now. It's the weather is cool enough for them to be out to kind of lay around and just kind of eat grass or whatever he's doing over there. Hey boy, don't be digging my sod up. He's a digger, so I gotta watch out for him. These big old holes in the yard, you fall in to break your ankle. It's always a little dog, said Spidey. I trust a Dobie before a little dog. I know. I got you on that because those little dogs, they instigate. They will get everybody riled up. I said this the other night. It'll be 3 o'clock in the morning, and then Missy hears something, and she swears. She swears somebody's breaking in, and guess what she does? She starts a whole little orchestrated thing where he jumps in and he rocks the house. His bark, man, whoo. If you're laying in deep sleep and this dog is right next to you, and all of a sudden he just go, ooh. It's pretty loud, y'all. It's actually it kind of he doesn't scare me, but his bark does occasionally. It'll kind of make me kind of shiver a second there. Spidey's like, I'm dead. Pamela Bewley said they're making me want to go outside and chill. Yeah, now's the time to be out. If you're anywhere in Texas area, like I'm in Texas, Central Texas, now is the time for you to get out and do yard work. Get out here, play with your dogs. Let them play uh, chase or whatever. Now's the time to let them do their thing, so they don't overheat. Oh, you're in Missouri. So, how is the temperature in Missouri right now? I'm sure it's much better than Texas. Like, are y'all hitting the upper 90s or even the hundreds? You love Texas. You're stuck in Jersey. Oh, Spidey, you in Jersey. That's I had a friend that was from there, and he always complained about them Jersey girls. What's wrong with the Jersey girls, y'all? Spidey, what's wrong with the girls in Jersey? Because he was unhappy with y'all. They nosy, as Jenkins says, they knows always wet. Susan Fontaine, New York 70s, or NY 70s at New York 70s. They broke. Spidey says they broke. Well, y'all need to come to Texas and get your money up, get your weight up. Pamela Breeley, beautiful this evening. So in Missouri it's the 90s, 100s. Hey, so last week finally had some in the 70s with rain tonight. Okay, the rain helps a lot. So where's my Connie Corso? Come here, Bob. Rain, everybody. So we were on stream last night, and there was a person from Ontario that was on, and he said, or he or she, I don't know if it was he or she, they said it was 105 in Canada, Ontario. And I'm like, why? How is it that hot in Canada? How is that possible? Praise says dated a girl from New York, New Jersey. They are bad. No chill about them. Like, I don't know anything about them, but except for what my friend, he always complained about them. He's like, that's some girl from Jersey, man. It's like he did not have much love for the New Jersey ladies for some reason. Yeah, but it took me for a surprise when that person, I forgot who it was that was on the stream last night. They were talking about 105 in Canada. Like, I praised it. Were you here when that person said that there was 105 in Canada? I think Phil jumped on and was like, yeah, I'm from Alaska, and I think we only get like in the 90s in the summertime, but somebody says I calm down around 25. It's not fun no more. Okay. So y'all have like this little thing where y'all start off y'all come out the gate real hot, and then y'all kind of cool down, kind of like her, right? She came out the gate real hot. Now she's coming to her 3 year. She's 3 year old now. Now she's kind of mellow out a little bit. So you just gotta wait on them to down a little bit. Just stay away from the danger. Well, appraise. Luckily, I've been married for 25 years, so I'm out the game. I don't have to worry about that. Jinky says my uncle is in Canada and he said it's that hot. So okay, so yeah, so he wasn't lying, right? Trent, hey, I have a second to write this, but are you streaming tomorrow? Trent, I'm gonna try to stream again tomorrow. I was just talking earlier to Jenkins about me trying to do more streaming just to kind of keep my audience engaged because I've been gone for a minute. So I'm gonna do my best to try to come back on tomorrow. My dogs are just staring at the door because they know mom's in the house and they want to go inside and hang out with her. But yeah, I'm gonna try to come back out again tomorrow. I should have to. Tomorrow's the first day of school for my kids, so I'm gonna have to take care of her first, and then if we have time, we'll come out and stream. Spidey says, right? Praise. I might have been with busy and moving, but okay. So you missed it. Listening while packing. Yeah. So praise y'all is getting ready to head on off to college. So you were asking me what should get for college, man. Praise. I I'm gonna be honest with you. I went to college in the same city where my parents were, and so I never really had to go away for college. And I was quite fortunate. I lived in San Angelo, and there is a rich lady in San Angelo who had a scholarship, and her thing was if you had low income kids that had good attendance and they kept their grades at a certain level. I don't remember what it was, but obviously like A's and B's or something like that, A, B on a row. If you stayed that from junior high through high school, graduated, then you had a full ride scholarship. It was called Up and Coming Scholars, San Angelo. And so, Paul, what's going on? So I was blessed to get a full ride scholarship in college, and so but it was in the same towns where my parents lived, so I never really got a chance to move away for college. So if anyone has some advice for appraised, let him know. And then let's see. Pamela Bruley says, "Are the dogs usually this calm, or are they being good for the camera?" Well, Pamela, usually they start off fighting, and I don't mean real fight, but you know they get all jumpy and bitey, and like I said, she's been kind of at it lately. Like, oh man, she's been really trying to kind of assert dominance. I think the loss of dominance that she's feeling is causing her to kind of react. Y'all quit begging. Come on over here. Let's go over here. Nobody wants to see y'all begging. Come here, Missy. Come here, baby. So right now they're just kind of trying to go in the house. I think they're kind of tired of being out here. Look at that, begging for. They know mom's in there, so they begging. But yeah, usually they're kind of biting and running around and barking or not really barking, but you know how they are. So Dash, what's going on? Trent, all right, thanks for helping, for trying though. Oh, Trent, was it you that was asking for things for college? Sorry, I got a little confused. Paul, nice to see you, man. How's things been going? Are you still excited about that pup? Have you seen Vito yet? So Praise says dating a girl from New Jersey or New York is like having a big bowl of soup that never goes cold. It tastes good, but then you regret ordering it after realizing the foundation missing like vegetables and good stuff. Ooh, a Praise, man. I don't know if Spidey's gonna be happy with your comment. Pamela Bewley says let me know if you need a dog sitter. Pamela, I appreciate that, but I'm gonna tell you, it takes a little bit of time to warm up with her, man. She needs some time. You have to spend some time with her. We actually do have a. Come on, guys, come on. Let's go over here. Come on. They're like begging, begging, begging. We have a dog sitter that comes every day. Most days, if I'm not at home, if I'm not on leave from work or whatever, she'll come in and hang out with them and let them go to the bathroom, and if they're in the kennel or whatever. So we're lucky to have her. So I would recommend that if you are new to having a big dog like this, and you're kind of afraid to that transition, it's nice hiring somebody who has experience with dogs like this because they add so much value to your ability to train your dogs and to take care of them because they give you good advice. They're on the lookout for you. I mean, it's a wonderful thing. It's pricey. I'm not. It costs you a pretty penny, but it's very very good if you can afford that. Let me know if you need a dog's praise. No, it was me that asked for things for college. Okay, I thought so. Praise Spidey knows it's true. It's real Spidey. I don't know if Spidey is even on the stream anymore. She may have left already. I think it was a she. Pamela Bruce says, I was kidding. Haha, it's a long drive from here. I'm 60 in school for animal science. Ooh, the bigger the dog, the better for me. Okay, all right. So you're in animal science. Are you trying to be a veterinarian, or are you just doing it for like academics, professor kind of thing? Jenkins says, I'm going to see you tomorrow, dude. All right, Jenkins, thanks for hanging out with us. You're always welcome. You're always awesome. So thanks. See you on the next one. Paul Ziason, I never finished high school, but I started young in the hospitality industry as a front desk check-in host. Went the chain, and 15 years later, I'm the executive of the entire HSKP department at 2,000 room hotel. Whoa, Paul, that's pretty cool. You have an amazing career field. Paul, want to help a brother out, be nice, help a young, and be successful. It wasn't easy, but the key is the hustle. Yeah, Paul, you bring up some excellent points, man. You can't get anything in life if you don't put that effort in. Got to put that work in, as they say. That's one thing I've always kind of been, I know this channel is not about, my job or whatever, but that's one thing I've been kind of always promoted, even just like in my personal life. Please work for things. I know everyone wants to. You see the rich people, you see the billionaire YouTuber, whatever, millionaire YouTuber, and everybody's like, oh, I'm just gonna be a YouTuber. And I'm like, why don't you make YouTube like a plan B? Plan A, go to college, get a career, or even a trade, work your way up like Paul did in housekeeping department. Okay. But still, you still have a big dog, big dog. You have a big dog. You have a big department. You're an executive for the whole 2,000 room hotel. That's a big job still. So, and the thing about it is those that requires skill, and I think that's the other thing that people kind of miss. You don't go from the streets to being an executive of something, even if it's like, housekeeping or construction or whatever. That requires skill, and oftentimes it requires you to start from the bottom so that you learn those skills as you move up. And by the time you've been doing this for long enough, you have the skills to manage other people. So nothing is quick, right? Nothing is a quick fix. He's got 300 people underneath him in his department. Yeah, that's some work, man. Pamela says, great advice, get an education. Absolutely, get an education. I think if one thing that we can do as a society is educate ourselves, because education provides more than just like means of income, but it provides a level of understanding of other people. Because oftentimes it's so easy to be emotional and to think about your side only and not think about other people. One of the things I think I try to do on this channel is I try to talk about my dogs coexisting with my neighbors, because I'm trying to be empathetic. I'm trying to say, hey, look, would I want my dog, or I'm sorry, would I want my neighbor's dog to just be constantly barking at me if I walked out in my backyard? No, I don't want that. So, or do I want to be afraid of my neighbor's dog? No, I don't want that. So, if my big Connie Corso, with all them thick thighs that he got, if he's coming across, kind of too aggressive or barking at the fence all the time, I don't mind, trying to, I empathize and I try my best to try to change it, make it a little bit better. Now, there's only so much I can do. He's still a big dog. I can't change the fact that I have a big dog, but I can make things where, a little bit better where we can coexist. So, Paul, yes, is very true. Skill, yeah, skill is it's people think it's easy. Even YouTubing. I'll be honest with you. Putting up a video, I was just like, I so I'm a kind of a musician. I've been kind of playing since I was a kid. So I went in there. I was like, I'm gonna create this cool beat and have my dogs fighting or whatever, or play fighting, and then I'm gonna put a beat to it, and everybody's gonna love it. And then I was like, well, Mom and them watched it. Mom and them were like, good job, son, But the world was kind of like, ooh. So I had to kind of learn. The more I did it, the more I kind of like, well, maybe they kind of like to see stuff like this, like that. So, you just have to build a skill up. Everything takes time, man. Everything takes time. And even those big time YouTubers, a lot of those people, they've had many educational nights. They were really they had to learn how to beat the algorithm, and that takes time. Appraise says, are like land taxes, homes expenses in Texas are good for starter homes to be bought there, and do they all come with a big backyard like yours? Oh, okay. So yeah, appraise Texas is known for their property taxes, right? We don't have state tax, which I love, by the way. So in other words, we pay federal taxes, but we don't pay a separate income tax to the state. But in order for the state to pay for all the schools and all the things, the roads, they charge you out the wazoo for your property. So if you have a big home and a lot of land like this, or more than this, maybe I only have like an acre, so it's not really a huge property, but you're gonna be paying some taxes on that. Okay, so so even and think about even when you pay off your home. Let's say you buy this beautiful $800,000 home, whatever. Even when you pay that joker off, you're still going to be paying who knows how much in taxes, probably like 20 grand every year in taxes. So, property taxes. So just know that that's how it is with the houses. And so no, in terms of having just 1 acre, this is this. I think this neighborhood is a little bit more. I don't want to be kind of like too proud or whatever, but this is a little bit more upgraded type you know, area where I live. But I've had to kind of work for that. So I didn't start off like this. I started off with the normal tract homes, with the everybody get a third of an acre, and you can reach out and knock on your windows, your neighbor's window, and say hi, and you go in the backyard, people staring at you from their backyard. I started there, so you can get a reasonable house. The prices have gone up though. I think when we first bought our first home in Texas, it was like a maybe 1,500 square foot house or something like that. And it was maybe $100,000. And that same home now would probably cost you 150, 170. It's just, we're not at the California level prices, but we're fastly approaching. So Pamela says, I was a housewife, a mom, and now a grandmother, and don't regret a minute of that. Young, and you can get an education. My grandchildren tell everyone that the grandma is the school in life. Yeah, Pamela, not everyone needs to be a professional and all that. Sometimes some people make the decision to say, look, husband is going to be on the job and I'm going to hold down the fort. And I'm going to tell you, I have a lot of coworkers, very, very successful with that model. So they put a lot of effort into their job because wifey holds down the fort. They hold down the home. So when they don't come home and they're not doing all this stuff, washing dishes and stuff like that, which is, not saying that they shouldn't, but wifey's at home keep that stress off of them, and they can focus on their job and they can kill it and they can move up the ladder. They make more money. It's a working model. It's perfect. If that's how it works for your home, judgment on that side. So kudos to you for being an awesome mother and grandmother. Just got a Great Pyrenees. That little boy tripping over his feet, and that was from Wraith or Wrath. Cool. Great Pyrenees they're still some pretty good sized dogs, right? Pretty furry. So Paul says, I live in Florida. I'm glad I bought my home here before COVID. Prices are outrageous. Yeah, so that's the one thing. If you were able to snag something before COVID, you can turn around and sell probably for a nice profit. I know so many people who bought homes, and so I'm in the military, and so a lot of people get PCS. They buy a home when the market is down. They pay good prices. They stay there for 4 years, and all of a sudden the economy goes up, and they sell their house for up to 100,000 plus, and they go to the next location. They do it. So it's kind of weird. Some people are on this weird cycle where they seem to be able to buy houses low and sell right before they PCS. Military PCS is whenever they are get orders to go to a different base, and then they buy again, and they just make money every time. And then unfortunately, I've been on the other end of the spectrum where I buy a house, I get PCS, we buy a house when it's high, then by the time we get ready to leave, the the prices tank, and then we're like we're scraping to sell. My last house is in Mississippi, and oh man, it took me 8 months to sell that house, and I was so upset because we thought it through. We were like, okay, we're gonna get our house right next to the best school system, or the best school, elementary school, right next to the high school. It's very, it's 10 miles from the base. It's right in the center, not too far from downtown. Like we thought of everything. We bought a cheaper home in a more expanded neighborhood so people can afford it. We were thinking out of the wazoo, and it still didn't work. So, anyways, I don't want to go too far into that. So, Price says 20 grand in taxes. Hey, no, you need a roommate. I can cook. Yeah, man, taxes ain't, it's no joke around here. So, like on where I live, my house is like, 2,800 square foot, 1 acre home. I think my taxes, it's not 20 grand. It's about 8,000 a year. So, hey, Paul, my sister lives in Sarasota and my brother in Port Charles and lives in Florida. Cool. So we got some people, some family in Florida. Pamela says, love Florida. Yeah, he's about a foot and a half tall and uh, 3/4 months old, 3 to 4 months old. He's a big old boy and he's awkward. Yeah, so he's got a lot of growing to do. If he's only 3 or 4 months and he's already a foot and a half tall, he's probably gonna be a big boy, Wraith. So Pamela says, I bet Sarge is beautiful. Who's Sarge or Serge? You got to try to fit something to get with Ozzy's owner so you can get the siblings together. Oh yeah, Paul, I need to do that. That would be some good content. It would be great to see them together. Yeah, man, I think that has been on our minds for a while, and I'm gonna tell you, her and I both have been pretty busy at work. We've got kind of new responsibilities that are hitting us, and her and I, we kind of we're good partners at work, and so we work pretty hard, and so it seems like some days I'm there super early, and some days she's there super late, whatever. So it's hard to get our schedules together where we can kind of. And now that she's got Vito, I mean, she's got a lot on her plate right now. So Eric says, Cani Corso, yes, that's what this is, Cani Corso. Eric Junior Martinez at Arias. Race, sir. Oh, okay, short for sergeant. Okay. Oh, so she was talking about your dog, right? Okay, cool. Eric Arias says, ¿Cuál es más fácil de entrar de los dos? Um, I don't know. They're both just like. Wait, are you? Can you speak English, Eric? If it's okay, I respond in English. Yo puedo hablar en español un poquito, pero no es muy bien. So I would prefer hablar in inglés. But they're both, like I said, they're. I mean, one's not more easier than the other. I mean, they're kind of both require different levels of engagement, and I don't know. It's just whatever you put into it is what you get out of it, is what I say. So the temperaments are slightly different. She's a little bit more high key. He's a little bit more low key, but they still both need, things to help make them good dogs. So I hope that was okay if I answered you in English. Appraise, when I worked at Cat Bow Wow, I had those GP come in all the time because huge. My biggest one was about 187 pounds. GPs. What's that? Lay around. Oh, the Great Pyrenees. I'm sorry, the GP said Great Pyrenees. So yeah, 187 pounds. Wow, with a Chihuahua personality. That's funny. Wow. Paul Zeus is wondering if the siblings would get along. That's a good question because they haven't seen each other in like in a year, right? Over a year and 4 or 5 months. So my suspicion is they probably wouldn't recognize each other, but I think they could possibly be okay if we do it the right way. If we introduce each other to each of them the right way, and where that's not so they're not defensive of each other. I think it'll work. I think it'll be kind of cool to see. But it'll happen, Paul. I guarantee you it's going to happen. The question is when are we going to square away the time to actually make that happen? But it is going to happen. Pamela says you should have portraits painted of the dogs. Oh, that would be cool. Oh, sorry, Appraise. I figured it out. Thank you. You said GP, and I was like, what? GP, general practitioner? And I was like, my brain's going everywhere. But yeah, great parodies. Thanks, man. Yeah, I think those portraits would be awesome. I think that'd be kind of cool. And Pamela's laughing. Now they're playing. Yeah, they just go in cycles. They'll chill for a minute. They'll play. They'll tug. They'll bite. They'll do all those things, and then they go back to chilling. But I'm glad they got a chance to burn some energy before they go to bed because I mean I'm sometimes they get a little energy spurt right before we go to bed and I'm like, y'all, I gotta go to work tomorrow. Y'all need to chill, y'all need to settle down because Mama Bear and I need to get some rest. Because they're like, we don't care what you got going, we gonna play. Oh man, especially Missy. Y'all wouldn't believe that sometimes Missy comes to the bed and just starts whining at 9:30 or 10 o'clock. You know, and we're old. We're not old, but you know, we act like old folks. We were in the bed right at 9 o'clock, like cut the lights out. You know, we're trying to get our beauty rest. Uh, S7B7 in. Okay, how do you say your name? 7 5s. Can I pet the dog? Sure. Which one you want to pet? You want to pet Storm here? Can you even see Storm right now? There's Storm, the Rottweiler. You probably can't even see her. She's blending it. And then here's, we're going to pet Rain. Here's Rain, Connie Corso. You can see his teeth. It's getting dark out here, guys. I'm going to have to shut it down. Paul says, has Rain stopped marking in the home? Yeah, man, I was talking about that earlier. So he did it again. And it surprised me because he had stopped after we had got him neutered. And we're like, oh, we fixed him. Ah, glory, you know, all the lights and all the stuff. And then all of a sudden, he just marked all on the couch. And I was like, Dad, blast it. So we have a belly band I put on him. It's basically like a little diaper around his waistline. And so the moment that he walks into the house, Paul, that belly band is going to go on him. And so it's been weeks since he marked because I think that belly band just reinforces the idea. Like he's smart. He knows that when he's wearing it, he can't pee. He doesn't pee in it. It's not like he's like marking inside the belly band. He just doesn't do it because he knows it's not um, it's not what I wanted to do. So the belly band has been working. It's a pain to put it on him and take it off every time we go out. So my hope is that eventually the behavior goes away, but who knows? If it doesn't, then maybe our life is belly bands in the house and uh, and then take it off when he comes outside. So we bought a bunch of them, man. We got like 15 of them that we have. So that's the story of my life for now. I'd rather do that than have to clean up his pee in my living room. Now, luckily, we don't have any carpet in our house, zero carpet. But still, if he pees on the side of the couch, one of them is kind of a leather thing, so it'll wipe off pretty well. But the other one has like a cloth cover on it. So if he pees on that, it just makes my house stink, and I cannot. That's one thing we don't like. We don't like our house smelling like dog. And I know that's hard to accomplish, but that's the thing. I really don't like when people come to my house and the first thing they smell is like, ooh, dang, you got dogs. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like that. We got big dogs, but my house doesn't need to smell like it. So peeing is not one of them things that I'm down with. But anyway, guys, I've had so much fun hanging out with y'all. I'm going to do my best to come on tomorrow night. And hey, check out my new video. I always promote the new funny videos the shorts right before I go. Go check one of them out for me. I did one today where I did them. They did this dad joke. I think I'm gonna start doing some dad jokes and post them. So let me know if y'all like them. Thank y'all so much for watching. I appreciate y'all. And meet me tomorrow night. I should be on tomorrow night. If not, Thursday night. And we'll go from there. And probably Saturday morning and Sunday morning. And it's a Central Standard Time for me in the United States. So thank y'all for coming out. Thanks for hanging with me. Good night, Paul. Thanks for engaging, man. And good luck with your engagement with Ozzy and the puppy, man. I can't wait can't wait till you get your puppy. All right, y'all. Good night.